This afternoon, it's the start of Pac-12 play in Pullman. Washington State and Utah meeting for Game 1 of this series between the Cougars and the Utes. Welcome to Bailey Brayton Field, everybody. Trevor Williams with you. So glad to have you with us here for Game 1 of this series, featuring two teams who've been off to good starts here in 2024. For Washington State on Sunday, it was the last game of their series against Rhode Island a week ago. No midweek game this week. Grant Taylor got off to a great start against the Rams. Cougars got him some early runs, but Washington State was unable to pile on after that point there in the first couple innings, and Rhode Island came from behind to take the final game of that series after the Cougars swept the doubleheader. Grant Taylor was the bright spot for the Cougs. Went 4 innings, didn't allow a hit. He struck out 5 batters, as you see one of them there, and he is on the mound for the Cougars here in Game 1 of this Pac-12 series against Utah. The highlights for the Cougars, taking 2 of 3 there from Rhode Island to start their home schedule. Cole Kramer and Alan Shibley, they both reached base in all 11 games this year for the Cougs. Utah's been off to a phenomenal start in 2024. The Utes rattled off 7 wins in their first 8 games. Looking back here at the midweek against Santa Clara, you see some early pitching from Utah there to keep it within a couple runs. The Utes, one of the best pitching staffs in America. Fielding percentage has been down a little bit, but they're still turning some big plays. You see there another double play to get them out of the 4th. And if Utah can ride this pitching staff, they have a chance to repeat what they did to the Cougars last year, which was a sweep in Salt Lake City. Brewer Webster, creative with the small ball. Utah, they've got a couple of guys who can really hit it out of the park as well. And the Cougs saw that a season ago. Utah winning 9 of their first 10 games this year. Best start since 1980 at the start of the season. And they've got some really good bats backed by that excellent pitching staff with the ERA of 2.88. Washington State and Utah here, Game 1 of the 3-game set coming up from Bailey Brayton Field in Pullman when we come back.
It's time to bring the big game to your backyard with spring savings on steel. Our AK Homeowner System battery tools start at just $199.99. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours. All prices S&W SRP.
Welcome back to Pullman. We're getting ready for first pitch in the Pac-12 opener between Washington State and Utah here this afternoon on the radio. The Utes 9-3, Washington State 7-4. Trevor Williams with you. So glad to have all of you with us on a beautiful night in Pullman. Temperatures flirting with 50. We'll have to wait a little while to get above that on the thermometer, but it feels a lot better than the snow-filled Friday night we had a week ago when Washington State welcomed in Rhode Island. Let's take a look at the batting order, starting first with the visitors from Utah. They'll bat first here, obviously, on the road. Core Jackson is their shortstop. He leads off batting first. Kai Roberts is in center field, hitting second. He's a speedster. He has 38 career stolen bases. Tyler Quinn is the catcher, hitting third, followed by TJ Clarkson in right field. He's one of the best power hitters for Utah. He has 29 career home runs. Michael Davini will play third base and bat fifth. Drake DeJorno's at first base, hitting sixth. Caden Carpenter, the designated hitter, batting seventh. Carson Bodley in left field hits eighth. And Brewer Webster is the second baseman for Utah. He's rounding out the order. Up on the mound for Washington State is the big right-hander Grant Taylor, who is looking for revenge against this Utah team a bit. Taylor faced Utah in an inning last year in Salt Lake City. Well, an inning and change. He faced 4 batters in the second inning of that game, but he lasted only an inning in terms of outs recorded in 51 pitches. He gave up 4 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks to 1 strikeout. The good news is he's been really strong so far here at the start of 2024. He was really good on Sunday. He got to pitch at the end of the weekend for the Cougars against Rhode Island because of the suspension of Game 1 last Friday night. Taylor went 4 innings on Sunday, and he didn't allow a hit. He struck out 5 batters, only allowed 1 base runner in those 4 innings of work. The Cougar lineup behind him, and we'll revisit this in the bottom of the first inning as well, is Max Hartman in left field batting leadoff. Kyle Russell, the shortstop, hitting second. Alan Shibley's in right field batting third. Kason Taggart, the designated hitter, in the cleanup spot. Jacob Morrow catches and hits fifth. Joey Kramer is at first base batting sixth. Cole Kramer at third across from Joey. He is batting seventh. Nate Swartz in center field hits eighth. And Crew Park, the Cougar second baseman, rounding out the order. The numbers for Grant Taylor as he gets to his warm-up tosses. He is 2-0 this year in 16 innings with a 3.38 ERA. He has registered 13 strikeouts to go against 5 walks on the season, and he is the veteran right-hander for Washington State. All-tournament team in the Round Rock Classic, earned the win over 24th-ranked Kentucky. And he's been a regular starter in the Pac-12 now for a 3rd consecutive season. Faced Utah a couple of years back as well as a starter. Went 5 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. Behind him defensively then, as we said, it'll be Cole Kramer at third, Kyle Russell at short, Crew Park at second, Joey Kramer at first. Jacob Morrow is the battery mate for Grant Taylor. Max Hartman's in left, Nate Swartz in center, and Alan Shibley out and right for the Cougars. They have crisp white uniforms on tonight, crimson lettering and numbering out back, light gray numerals on the lower left side of their jerseys, crimson caps with the white W on the forehead. Grant Taylor is warming up in the sunshine right now. He's got a crimson glove on his left hand as well. Utah's wearing black tops in script. In cursive across the chest is Utah in scarlet. They have scarlet numbers front and back outlined in white gray pants. Scarlet caps when they're in the field. Black batting helmets when they're at the plate. And first in against Grant Taylor tonight will be Core Jackson, the shortstop for Utah. Jackson, a junior from Ontario, was previously at South Mountain Community College. Home plate umpire Kelly Gonzalez giving the sign to Grant Taylor that we're ready to go tonight, and the right-hander winds and delivers the first pitch of the evening, low and inside. 92-mile-an-hour fastball there to Core Jackson. Cougars' second weekend at home here in 2024. Taylor with the wind of the pitch. A strike to the lower inside corner, again going with the fastball. And the count's at 1-1. Taylor has a fastball that can go anywhere between 90 and 95 miles an hour. It'll be on the slower side of that scale as the third pitch of the game, line to center field, taking Nate Swartz back. Still shy of the warning track, able to reach up with his left glove hand and make the catch for out number 1. So a line out to straightaway center to get it started. 1 gone for Utah. No score here, top of the first inning. But I said on the slower side of that scale velocity-wise for Grant Taylor, a little cooler evening. Kai Roberts up next for Utah, the left-handed hitting center fielder. First pitch from Taylor. Inside, fouled straight back. Cougars, as we mentioned, second consecutive home weekend. Utah is yet to play in Salt Lake City. Kind of normal at the start of the year. This time of year in Salt Lake, you can still be dealing with a fair amount of snow. Utes 6-3 in true road games. And pitch low to Kai Roberts. 1 ball, 1 strike. Four no-hit innings on Sunday for Grant Taylor. He's got 1-1 here to Kai Roberts. Here's the next pitch. Hit in the air to left field. High fly ball. Hartman sizing it up. This ball has carry. It's gone for Kai Roberts. Roberts' second home run of the season. And he puts Utah in front here in the visitors' first inning. Going opposite way to left field, a 1-0 Ute lead. And that ball just exploded off the barrel. 101 off the bat. An estimated 400 feet to straightaway left to give the Utes the 1-0 advantage. Next up, Tyler Quinn. He checks his swing on the first pitch and does hold up. Ball, no strikes. Utah last year against the Cougars hit the ball really well as well in Salt Lake City. Next pitch from Grant Taylor. Breaks low and away from the right-handed hitting Tyler Quinn. 2 balls, no strikes. For Taylor, that's the second home run he's allowed this year. Breaking ball to the lower outside corner. There's a strike. 2-1. He's trying to work quickly now here to Tyler Quinn. The wind is 2-1 offering. Line straight back to the netting behind the plate. Almost every batter in the Utah order in this game has at least a home run on the season. Utah spreads it out well. Gary Henderson, the head coach of the Utes. Utah's really had the upper hand in the recent series against Washington State. Cougars trying to change that tonight. The 2-2 from Taylor dives low. Tried to spin a curveball in there to Tyler Quinn, see if he'd fish at it. Count full now, 3-2. And the payoff pitch. Hit left side of the infield. Diving stop by Cole Kramer to his left. Pops up, throws to first. Gets it there in front of Tyler Quinn in time for out number 2. Diving play deep in the hole left side for Cole Kramer. And he makes the throw in time to beat the Utah catcher. 2 gone now here in the first. Utah leads it 1-0 on a Kai Roberts home run to left field. High caliber play over at third by Cole Kramer. TJ Clarkson up next. And he takes a pitch in the turf, the all-turf field here in Pullman for ball 1. Clarkson, the big home run hitter last year for Utah. A little bit of a slow start this year, hitting 130. And a fastball away from him. 2 balls, no strikes. 29 career home runs, though, and he hit 14 last season for the Utes. Taylor sets. Here's his 2-0 pitch. Inside, and it almost hits Clarkson. Just missed him. 3 balls, no strikes. Cougar pitching staff has really been working on trying to own the inner half of the plate. Taylor with the 3-0. And into the zone. Another fastball for a strike. Grant Taylor trying to limit the damage here by Utah on the top of the first to the solo home run for Kai Roberts. The senior right-hander's 3-1 pitch. Fouled high out of play behind the plate. Full count now. Two teams picked 10th and 11th in the Pac-12 this year in Utah and WSU. Taylor with the payoff pitch. Hit softly down the left field line. Cole Kramer chasing it into foul ground out of his third base spot. He won't be able to get there. So we'll try the 3-2 once again. Seventh pitch of this at-bat upcoming. Cougar defense shading towards the first base line for a pull to the left-handed hitting Clarkson. Payoff pitch once again. Up and in for ball 4. Taylor tried to tie up Clarkson upper inside portion of the zone with a fastball, but missed.
Third baseman number 41, Michael Davini.
So Michael Davini will have a chance with a man on, 2 out, and Utah out to a 1-0 lead here in the visitors' first inning. First pitch to Davini. Runner gets the lead at first. And TJ Clarkson, first pitch out of the stretch for Grant Taylor is a curveball for strike one. Drifted right over at the knees. The 0-1 pitch, hit on the ground, high chopper at short, tough in between glove by Kyle Russell. He'll flip it underhand to second base to Crew Park in time for out number 3, and that does it in the first inning for Utah. They get a solo home run from Kai Roberts. It's 1-0 Utes. Cougars will take their first swings when we come back. This is Cougar Baseball tonight in the Pac-12 opener from Learfield.
Hey Cougs, life doesn't stop at retirement. Bishop Place has a wide range of activities, social events, and fitness options depending on your interests. We have many options to explore depending on the level of care you need. Bishop Place also has housekeeping, dining, and transportation services. Less worry, less chores, more life, and more choices. Visit us on the web at bishopplace.net or call to schedule your tour today. 509-334-9488. We can't wait to see you.
It's time to bring the big game to your backyard with spring savings on steel. Our AK Homeowner System battery tools start at just $199.99. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours. All prices S&W SRP.
Going to the bottom of the first inning in Pullman, Utah with a 1-0 lead over Washington State. Kai Roberts, a solo home run in the top half. Merritt Jones, the right-hander, warming up for the Utes up on the mound. The batting order that he will face for the Cougars once again looks like this. Max Hartman is in left field batting leadoff for the Cougs. He's tied for 7th in hits in the Pac-12 coming in to the week. Kyle Russell bats second at short. Alan Shibley in right field hitting third. Kason Taggart cleans it up in the DH spot. He is 8th in the Pac-12 in runs batted in with 14. Jacob Morrow is catching and hitting 5th. Joey Kramer bats 6th at first base. Cole Kramer at third base hitting 7th. Nate Swartz in center field bats in the 8th spot. Crew Park at second base rounding out the Cougar order. Merritt Jones in 13 innings this year has a 4.85 ERA, 15 strikeouts to 5 walks. He will start against Max Hartman, the Cougar left fielder, who's carved out the regular spot in the leadoff spot of this Cougar order. He's at the left side of the plate. First pitch from the right-handed pitching Jones. Finds the lower inside corner, a fastball at 91. No home runs for the Cougars last weekend, but they did put together 30 hits in the doubleheader last Saturday. 0-1 to Hartman. Breaking pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tyler Quinn, the catcher for Merritt Jones. Michael Davini at third. Cord Jackson at short. Brewer Webster at second. Drake DiGiorno, like the pizza, over at first. Carson Bodley, Kai Roberts, TJ Clarkson, left to right around the outfield. The pitch to Hartman hit on the ground to second base. Webster up with it. His throw to first in time, and 1 gone for the Cougars here in the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0.
Kyle Russell.
Kyle Russell to bat next for the Cougs. Russell, a returner and the starting shortstop for WSU. Had some big hits against Kentucky and Kansas and Texas a couple weeks back. Takes a pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. 3 hits, 3 runs scored over the Rhode Island doubleheader last Saturday. The 1-0 pitch to Russell. To the knees. Curveball snapped in there for a strike, 1-1. Jones working with the sunshine, slapping the right side of his face in from the third base side. 1-1 pitch to Russell, hit to center field on a rope to Kai Roberts. And the Utah center fielder reels it in for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 gone for the Cougars in the home first, trailing 1-0. Alan Shibley, the Cougar right fielder, up next. Wind blowing in tonight over the first base side at Bailey Brayton Field. It measures 330 down the line to either foul pole, 400 to straightaway center. First pitch to Shibley, and he takes a 92-mile-an-hour fastball right down the center cut of the dish for strike one. Shibley, 9 extra base hits already this season. Comes in hitting .312. The 0-1 pitch to the junior, big swing and a miss on the outside half. And now 93 from Merritt Jones. Good hard throwing starter here for Utah. Trying to go 1-2-3 through the Cougars in the first. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball low. Jones leading this Utah pitching staff that enters the week at 2.88 ERA, leading the Pac-12 and 10th in the country. Jones 1-2 pitch. Inside. Another fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shibley had to dance out of the way a little bit in the left-handed batter's box. Now he's looking at the 2-2 coming on home. And Shibley hits it on the ground. A chopper at first fielded by DiGiorno. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that's out number 3 in the first for the Cougars. They go quietly here in this opening inning. And after one, it's Utah 1, Washington State nothing. We go to the second here from Pullman.
It's time for the caption.
Hey Cougs, life doesn't stop at retirement. Bishop Place has a wide range of activities, social events, and fitness options depending on your interests. We have many options to explore depending on the level of care you need. Bishop Place also has housekeeping, dining, and transportation services. Less worry, less chores, more life, and more choices. Visit us on the web at bishopplace.net or call to schedule your tour today. 509-334-9488. We can't wait to see you.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
It's 1-0 Utah after one on the Palouse. It'll be Drake DiGiorno, Caden Carpenter, Carson Bodley coming up for Utah in this visitor's second inning. Utah got to Grant Taylor for a solo home run in the first inning. This is the Pac-12 opener for these two teams, and Michael Davini is up next. Davini to start off the second inning. Junior from California, tried to show a bunt. The pitch is past him as he pulled it back for strike one. Now up even with the bag at third as Cole Kramer made an outstanding diving play in the first. Taylor's 0-1 pitch. A fastball slotted at the knees for strike two. DiGiorno a 300 average so far this season, pair of home runs. Taylor's 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. A breaking ball chased by DiGiorno. 3 pitches, all strikes from Grant Taylor for his first punch out here of the afternoon.
The DH, number 5,
Caden Carpenter will be next for Utah. Taylor was really firing the strikeout on Sunday against Rhode Island as well. Here's his first pitch to Carpenter, and it's too low. Carpenter, a sophomore from Utah. Taylor 6'5", he's out of Murrieta, California, imposing figure up on the mound, and he works a breaking ball to the lower outside corner to even the count at a ball and a strike to Caden Carpenter. If the Cougar staff's going to have success, it's going to be because of Grant Taylor. The 1-1 pitch fouled off first base side. Hits to the on-deck circle right in front of Carson Bodley, 1-2. Good start here to the first couple of hitters in the second for Grant Taylor as Cougs down 1-0. The right-hander fires a 1-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs for Grant Taylor. A changeup that time over the outside cut of the dish. And it's 2 gone for Utah in the visitors' second.
Number 32, Carson Bodley.
Feels like Grant Taylor is settled in now here in the second inning, and he's got Carson Bodley coming up next for the Utes. Much better outing than last year in Salt Lake City. It's the first pitch to Bodley, fouled off a laser over the third base side. Pretty good crowd still filing in. We'll expect some more to arrive as folks get off work on this Friday night. Nice, beautiful, clear skies up overhead. Taylor's 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. A fastball. Maybe a little too close to the center of the zone for Grant Taylor's liking, but Carson Bodley couldn't get it. 0-2. And a chance for the Cougar right-hander to strike out the side here in the second. Taylor with that 0-2 offering. Up and in, up near the brim of the helmet for Bodley. Just turns his head to his left away from it, 1-2. Taylor strike away here from 1-2-3 in the second. Try once again, pitch on home. Popped up third base side, out of play. It'll be Grant Taylor, Connor Wilford, Spencer Jones, the scheduled starters this weekend for the Cougars. Taylor trying to sit down his fourth in a row. The 1-2 pitch. Lined into center field. Taylor put a bare hand up for it on the mound as it whizzed past him for a base hit for Carson Bodley. And a 2-out base runner for Utah here in the second with a 1-0 lead.
Brewer Webster.
And Brewer Webster, the Utah second baseman, up next. This will complete the first time through the order for Grant Taylor. 6 of the 9 bats hit from the left side, as does Webster. Cole Kramer's protecting a bunt on the third base side. Immediately Taylor with a move over to first, and he chases Carson Bodley back over to the bag. We told you Kelly Gonzalez is calling balls and strikes. Mike Lusky is at first, Nathan White at second, Frank Flugrat at third, the umpiring crew tonight. Taylor now is first offering home to Webster, and it tucks in on the lower inside corner for a called strike. Here in this inning, Taylor doing a lot better starting out in front of hitters. Out of the stretch. Nope, now he turns to first. Throws it over there to Joey Kramer. Again, Bodley back in with a head first slide. The turf on the infield, the material changes where it would traditionally be dirt, dark brown turf, green with lines on the grass that face directly in towards home plate. The 0-1 pitch. Away from Webster, 1 ball, 1 strike. The stripes are thinner on the infield. They're a little bit wider than the batter's box, and then in the outfield, they're very wide stripes coming in towards home. Another move over to first, and again, Bodley diving back in over to the bag. Bodley does have 3 stolen bases, hasn't been caught yet this year. Cougars trying to make sure he doesn't get into scoring position with 2 outs. 1-0 Utah here in the second. The 1-1 pitch. Misses inside, it hits. Or no, a balk has been called, pardon me. So no pitch. And up to second base goes Carson Bodley. The Cougars have been worried about the runner getting into scoring position, and the move was deemed deceitful by Grant Taylor. So now he will toss the 1-1 pitch, and it's low and inside for ball 2. Taylor was a pitch away from striking out the side here in the second inning. Now he's trying to strand a runner in scoring position. The 2-1 offering. Snaps a fastball to the knees, and 91 for strike 2. Bodley the lead out at second. Taylor now for the 2-2. And it's on the ground at short, scooped up by Russell. His throw to first in time for out number 3. Cougars strand 1 in scoring position. And we go to the bottom of the second. It's Utah 1, Washington State nothing. This is Cougar baseball tonight from Learfield.
Hey Cougs, life doesn't stop at retirement. Bishop Place has a wide range of activities, social events, and fitness options depending on your interests. We have many options to explore depending on the level of care you need. Bishop Place also has housekeeping, dining, and transportation services. Less worry, less chores, more life, and more choices. Visit us on the web at bishopplace.net or call to schedule your tour today. 509-334-9488. We can't wait to see you.
A lot goes into Washington State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Washington's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Cougar Nation, locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
Cougars trailing 1-0. We go to the bottom of the second inning in Pullman. It'll be Kason Taggart, Jacob Morrow, Joey Kramer here in the second for the Cougs. Trevor Williams with you. Andrew Allison is in our U.S. Bank Network studio. And we're glad to have you tonight for Cougar Baseball. First of the Pac-12 season for the Cougars. Big Kason Taggart stepping up for Washington State. The 6'6" designated hitter. The stand-in at the left side. Now he owns the title along with Liam Miller as tallest of the Cougs. Gone is Caden Kalber, former starter for Washington State. He used to claim the honor. Pitch loaned away from Taggart to start him off 1-0. Here comes the second of the at-bat. Long wind-up by Merritt Jones, and he misses low and in. 2 balls, no strikes. Taggart, who played 2 seasons at Centralia College in the NWAC. The 2-0 pitch to him. And that's low. Bounces right in on top of the plate. 3-0. And Merritt Jones seems to be nibbling at the zone here to Kason Taggart to open up the second. Cougs trailing 1-0. And the 3-0 pitch. Over the zone, there's a strike. Taggart making sure to see a strike in this at-bat. He's hitting .341 on the season. 2 homers, 5 extra base hits in total. The 3-1 pitch. And Taggart fouls it back. A touch towards the third base side. 3-2. 2 of those 5 extra base hits are triples for the big man. Can get out in stride. He had one into the corner last weekend against Rhode Island down the right field line. Payoff pitch from Jones to Taggart, fouled off over the third base side. And 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming here to open the home second for Wazoo. Field lights on, still plenty of blue sky up overhead. The payoff to the leadoff hitter here in the second is low for ball 4. Good at bat there from Kason Taggart. 7 pitches, and he sees a walk. He's the first base runner for the Cougars here tonight. And Jacob Morrow will bat next. Tying run on base for the Cougars here in the second. All Jacob Morrow's done so far this year is lead the Pac-12 in average, .520. Through these first 3 full weeks of play. And he stands in with a man on. At the right side, the Cougar catcher. First pitch to him is at the knees. Snaps the glove of Tyler Quinn for strike 1. Runner takes the lead from first, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball inside, and it was almost lost from the get-go for Merritt Jones. It just missed hitting the left tricep of Jacob Morrow. It was one that he was going to try to work from the inside back over across the plate. Now the 1-1 pitch with a man on, nobody out. Move over to first instead. Kason Taggart dives back in. One stolen base for Taggart. Cougars looking for their first hit here tonight. Taggart on via a walk in this second inning. After the Cougs were down 1-2-3 in the first. 1-1 pitch. It's a pitch out. Nothing going on. Taggart adjusting back to the first base bag. Utah aware that the Cougars under new head coach Nathan Choate, they will play some kind of small ball, get the guy up into scoring position, especially early in an inning like this. Pitch almost hits Jacob Morrow on the 2-1 offering, so now the count 3-1. We'll see what Jacob Morrow gets here from Eric Hunting over at third. The 3-1 pitch. Line down the left field line, foul. So the count's at 3-2. A couple deep at bats here by the Cougars to open up this second inning. Already a walk for Kason Taggart. Can Jacob Morrow find his way aboard? The 3-2 pitch. Taggart takes off with it. It's hit in the air to center field. Easy pop up for Kai Roberts, who is wearing a face mask to shield himself from the 47-degree temperatures. And he makes the catch for out number one. Face mask may be a little overkill here in the second inning. Still sunshine out there and not all too cold. Joey Kramer up next for the Cougars. 1 out, 1-0 Utah here last of the second. Kason Taggart over at first base. He walked here in the inning. Kramer, the Cal State Northridge transfer to bat at the right side against Merritt Jones. Here's the pitch. And it's at the knees for a strike. Pretty good command on that fastball around the knees for Merritt Jones. He's started 4 of the first 6 batters off with a strike here tonight. Now the 0-1. Kramer takes a big swing, fouls it into the glove of Tyler Quinn, 0-2. Couple fastballs here to start the at-bat from Merritt Jones. Merritt Jones from Idaho Falls, Idaho. 6'4", sophomore right-hander. Here's his 0-2 delivery outside. Reaching over into the left-handed hitter's batting box, Tyler Quinn to get it, 1-2. 1 out, a man on, middle infield, double play depth, Core Jackson and Brewer Webster. The 1-2 pitch to Joey Kramer, breaking ball in and out of the glove on the lower inside corner. If Tyler Quinn was able to reel that in, it may have been called strike 3 by Kelly Gonzalez. Instead, it's 2-2. You'll see umpires sometimes if a catcher, if it's borderline and they don't catch it, they're not going to give it to him. Now the 2-2 pitch. Kramer hits this into the air to center field. It's bleeding out in front of Kai Roberts, but he puts a right hand out to a shortstop. Core Jackson says, "I've got it." And the second soft fly ball into center for the Cougars here in the second inning. So Kason Taggart still hanging on at first base. Cole Kramer will bat next. It's Utah 1, Washington State 0 here, bottom of the second.
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment.
Cole Kramer shows a bunt. He pulls back. It's called a strike. 0-1 to Cole Kramer. 348 hitter, 16 hits so far this year. Lead off of first for Kason Taggart. Here comes the 0-1. And that's inside to Kramer. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Cole Kramer had a good weekend against Rhode Island. 3 hits, 2 doubles, 4 ribbies in the doubleheader game 1 last Saturday. A move to first, and Taggart dives back in ahead of the tag from Drake DiGiorno. Kramer on opening day was a single away from the cycle. Took all the toughest legs and he was able to achieve them. On the ground on the 1-1 pitch, scooped up by Webster, sidearms it to first. Drake DiGiorno has to stretch forward a little bit, but he reels it in for out number 3. And Washington State, no runs here in the bottom of the second. They strand a runner. It is 1-0 Utah as we go to the top of the 3rd inning here in Pullman.
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment, located 4 miles east of Lewiston, Idaho. Come hit the jackpot with us, with over 600 gaming machines, saltwater pool, restaurant, and giant screens in the Stadium Sports Bar. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe, our hospitality is legendary. Stay, play, and get away with the Clearwater River Casino. Go Cougs!
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Washington State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of Washington State University and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by Washington State University.
First pitch to Cord Jackson, fouled out of play high over the third base side. It's 1-0 Utah here, start of the 3rd. Trevor Williams with you here from Pullman. Grant Taylor starting his 3rd inning of work ahead of the Utah leadoff man Jackson. Lined out to center field in his first at-bat. The 0-1 pitch outside at belt height. 1-1. We had a little technical glitch last half inning for any of the affiliate stations. Next break is network break 5. 1-1 pitch, line back, takes a piece of Grant Taylor, bouncing away third base side, and in safely up at first is Cord Jackson. And time called. Nobody coming out of the Cougar dugout yet to check on Taylor, but boy, that was a hot shot right back off of him. Looked like it might have caught him in the leg. A single here to lead off the 3rd for Cord Jackson. No Jace Puckett coming out of the Cougar dugout. They are saying they know he's a tough right-hander there, Grant Taylor. He's just going to get maybe a pitch or two from home plate umpire Kelly Gonzalez. Nathan White in from second base checking in on Grant Taylor, and they will give him a pitch here to make sure he feels all right. Ball was 93 off the bat back at Taylor. But it looks like he told Kelly Gonzalez he's all right. There's no doubt from the Cougar dugout. They didn't even bother coming to check. Kai Roberts up next. He is at the left side for Utah. Hit a home run his first time up. Oh, an opposite way to left field, straightaway left. Gets to bat here with a runner on and Cord Jackson. Jackson, who's stolen 5 bases in 6 tries this year. Immediately the Cougars check on him and he dives back in. 3rd hit of the game for Utah there on the single for Jackson to open up the 3rd. Taylor ready. The stretch in his first pitch in this at-bat to Roberts. There's a strike. Fastball from Grant Taylor. Roberts' home run was his 2nd of the season. Cole Kramer crashing in third base side. Another check over on first. Tag on the back pocket of Kai Roberts. Or pardon me, of Cord Jackson. Kai Roberts at the plate, the senior from Utah. 0-1 delivery here from Taylor. Pitch out. Nothing going on. Kai Roberts, who's one of the top 40 prospects out of the Pac-12 for the Major League Draft. Home run number 11 of his career. Back in the first inning, he takes a breaking ball in the lower inside corner for a called second strike, 1-2. 3 homers last year, 4 the sophomore season for Roberts. Career .281 hitter, the 1-2 pitch. Inside on a fastball from Taylor, counts even at 2-2. Taylor 2 strikeouts in a scoreless second inning. Did strand a man in scoring position. Moves to first once again. Joey Kramer putting the tag down on Cord Jackson, who's back safely. Grant was doing this last inning, and then he was called for a balk. With a man on, nobody out. His 2-2 delivery to Roberts. Inside, hits him on his right side. The side facing the pitcher from the left-handed batter's box. You can tell it hurts a bit for Roberts. But hit by pitch first and second for Utah with nobody out. Top of the third. Good start for the Utes here in this inning. And Grant Taylor's really going to have to lock down here in the third to keep Utah off the board, with Tyler Quinn coming up in the 3 spot in this Utah order. Quinn nearly had a single through the left side his first time up, but Cole Kramer dove and took it away from him on just a phenomenal play left side of the infield. Taylor turning around to throw it second to keep Cord Jackson close. Crew Park covering the bag. Cougars second baseman is almost straight behind second. He's a little bit to the first base side. Cole Kramer up in front of the third base bag. Shortstop Kyle Russell swung over deep in the hole. Now a bunt shown, pitch low and away, pulled back on the bunt attempt for Tyler Quinn, 1-0 to start off the at-bat to the Utah catcher. Quinn might try to get the runners both over into scoring position. Cord Jackson already there. The 1-0 pitch. A bunt popped up behind the plate, gets over the netting behind the plate, and lands about 3 rows up in the reserve seating, 1-1. Cougars would have loved for that to stay in the field of play. An offensive timeout called by Gary Henderson. Wants to talk to Tyler Quinn here in this spot. First and second, nobody out. Cougs trail Utah 1-0. Henderson, a decorated collegiate coach, 3rd season as the head coach at Utah. Was a pitching coach at Mississippi State, interim head coach in 2018 where they made the College World Series. Former head coach at Kentucky for 7 years, also spent time at Oregon State, Florida, Pepperdine. The 1-1 pitch. Bunt, put back down right in front of Taylor. He scampers down off the mound to get it and rifles a throw over to Joey Kramer for out number 1. Sacrifice successful for Tyler Quinn. 1 gone for Utah here, visitors third, but Cord Jackson is over to third and Kai Roberts to second. And TJ Clarkson coming to the plate for Utah. Walked in his first at-bat in the first inning. Clarkson, a dangerous hitter who hasn't gotten to show it yet this year. Still trying to get his average up. He fouls the first pitch from Taylor into the glove of Jacob Morrow, 0-1. Taylor reversed it in this at-bat, starting breaking ball. Clarkson preseason all Pac-12 for Utah. The 0-1 pitch. Upper half. Launched out of play on the third base side. 0-2. Definitely some scouts on hand to take a look at TJ Clarkson in this one for the Utes. Clarkson, 6'2", fifth-year senior from Arizona. The 0-2 pitch. Up high, Morrow thrown back to third. Tags on, it's in time. They got Core Jackson lurking off the bag at third, and Jacob Morrow pops up and throws down there to get him for out number 2. Morrow last year caught 7 stealing, and he backpicks Core Jackson over at third. It was a pitch high, 1-2 the count, but now 2 outs. And Grant Taylor can breathe a little easier with his 1-2 to Clarkson. A little high and tight, 2-2. Big play there by the Cougar catcher Jacob Morrow to take away a base runner 90 feet from home for Utah. Taylor trying to get out of the third with a 1-0 deficit. Now his 2-2 offering. Up high, doesn't get Clarkson to chase. 92-mile-an-hour fastball, counts full, 3-2. Payoff pitch, 2 outs, 1-0 Utah here in the third. Taylor's 3-2. Swung on and missed. A breaking ball in the turf, and Clarkson chases. Third strikeout for Grant Taylor, and the Cougars, despite first and second, nobody out, they get off the ropes in the third. Jacob Morrow, a big pickoff over at third base for out number 2. Bottom of the third up next. Cougs trail in this one 1-0.
It's time to bring the big game to your backyard with spring savings on steel. Our AK Homeowner System battery tools start at just $199.99. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours. All prices S&W SRP.
Hey Cougs, life doesn't stop at retirement. Bishop Place has a wide range of activities, social events, and fitness options depending on your interests. We have many options to explore depending on the level of care you need. Bishop Place also has housekeeping, dining, and transportation services. Less worry, less chores, more life, and more choices. Visit us on the web at bishopplace.net or call to schedule your tour today. 509-334-9488. We can't wait to see you.
Bottom of the third inning up next for Washington State. 1-0 is the lead for Utah. Trevor Williams with you here at Bailey Brayton Field tonight. A cool but clear night on the Palouse. We've got daylight savings time coming to an end here this weekend. By next weekend's time, we will have some later sunshine here. It's been nice to have the longer days starting to creep in. Nate Swartz, Crew Park, Max Hartman in the third for Washington State, trying to get back even here from this 1-run deficit. First pitch to Swartz, and he takes it bouncing low and away for ball 1. The arm the Cougars are going against here tonight, Merritt Jones, good first couple innings. Former top right-handed pitcher out of the state of Idaho. And his 1-0 too low to Swartz. 2 balls and no strikes. Overall, the number 2 player in the 2022 high school class in the state of Idaho, Merritt Jones, the Utah starter. His 2-0 offering hit on the ground, foul, third base side. Nate Swartz, who can really swing it, 385 average for the senior. Hit a monster of a home run at Utah last year to left center field at Smith's Ballpark. It went 462 feet. The 2-1 pitch to him. Hit on the ground at third. Diving play for Davini, sliding down to his left leg. Bounces off his glove into foul ground on the third base side. Swartz chugging around first. He's into second, standing up. Tough ball to handle there at third for Davini, sliding on his left leg back to his right. And it'll be a double for Nate Swartz down that third base line. Leadoff double here in the third for the Cougars. First Cougar hit of the night. And after getting out of a tough spot in the top half of the inning, bottom of this order has a chance to set the table for the Cougars to tie it or better. Crew Park, the 9-hitter for the Cougs, up next. Park, a transfer from Abilene Christian. Utah's protecting bunt. Here it is from Park. He puts it down third base side. Jones going to get it, throws to first. Couple steps ahead of Park. Nearly a play over there at the bag, but a sacrifice by Crew Park for out number one. Nate Swartz 90 feet away at third. Cougars can tie it with the top of the order coming up. Max Hartman a ground out to second base his first time up. Michael Davini's in even with the third base bag, his toes almost on the infield turf. Rest of the infield to the right side, they'll trade it out for a run here. The pitch to Hartman, first pitch swinging, popped high out of play on the third base side. Cougars trying to follow up a season in which they won 29 games last year, their most since 2015. Looking for their first run of Pac-12 play. The 0-1 to Hartman, and that's just a little too low on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. Hartman, a sophomore from Canada, from Alberta. Saw limited action last year his freshman season. The 1-1 pitch hit on the ground, first base side. This will score a run for the Cougars. DiGiorno gloving it and taking it to first himself, but a productive ground out there for Max Hartman to bring home Nate Swartz, and this game now tied at 1. Kyle Russell coming up. 2 outs, nobody on, but Nate Swartz home here in the inning. First run for the Cougars. And 1-1 now the score. Russell will line out to center field his first time up. First pitch, he takes a breaking ball at the knees for strike one. So that was kind of the mentality for the Cougs. Get on there with a double right away from Nate Swartz, move him over, get him in. Well executed there by Nathan Choate's Cougs. Big swing at the 0-1 from Russell, and he comes up empty now, 0-2. Russell, who's the senior from Western Washington, Curtis High School. The 0-2 pitch to him from Merritt Jones. Drifts low and inside towards the shoe tops, 1-2. Max Hartman getting the RBI, his 8th of the season. And now the 1-2 pitch to Russell. Popped up first base side, well out of play. Over towards the new Taylor Sports Complex there over the first base side. Indoor facility that'll be used for all of Washington State's outdoor sports, but primarily people think of them for football. It is in construction. A lot of beams over there, a lot of steel. The 1-2 pitch. Low and inside. And Russell has worked it back to 2-2. Utah on this weekend, we talked about the Washington State, Grant Taylor, Connor Wilford, Spencer Jones expected. It's Merritt Jones tonight, Bryson Van Sickle, Brett Portan for Utah this weekend, and the 2-2 goes up and inside and hits Kyle Russell. So he is hit by a pitch here in the third, and the Cougars with a 2-out base runner. Something the Cougars excelled in last weekend against Rhode Island. They were really good in the doubleheader with runners on base and with 2 outs. And trying to replicate that here on this Friday night to open pack play. Alan Shibley up next at the left side. First pitch to Shibley, drifts in, the ball, no strikes. "15 pitches here in the third for Merritt Jones. He's up to 46 on the night. Lead off at first for Kyle Russell after being hit a moment ago. Cougars have tied it at 1. A move over to first, and Russell has to dive back in there safely. A lot of blankets out at the ballpark tonight on a cool night in Pullman. The 1-0 coming home to Shibley, and well outside from the left-handed hitting Cougar right fielder. It's a baby blue barrel on the bat for Shibley as he points it out at Merritt Jones, the Utah pitcher. 2 outs, 1 home here in the inning for the Cougars to knot the game at 1. 2-0 pitch. Inside for ball 3. And Merritt Jones here losing a little bit of command over these last 5 pitches. Shibley trying to get on base. Once again, he's been on base every game this year for the Cougars so far. And the 3-0 pitch finds the outside half. A fastball at 91. First strike here in the at-bat, offered in by Merritt Jones. Former 5A Idaho Player of the Year. Was 7-1 that year with a 1.57 ERA. This right-handed pitcher. His 3-1 pitch fouled off at the plate. It bounced up, caught a piece of Alan Shibley's right leg. Count full 3-2. A no decision last year for Jones' his freshman season. Middle game of the 3-game set against Washington State in late April in Salt Lake City. Payoff pitch coming from him here. 1 on for the Cougs. Bottom of the third. Runner goes with the 3-2, and it's skied way out of play behind the plate. Carries the press box as well. Still 3-2. Shibley, one of the runs that scored in a 4-run ninth for the Cougars against TCU last week. A midweek game where the Cougars took a top 5 TCU team to 12 innings. The payoff to Shibley. Runner takes off once again. Line straight back behind the plate. Count still full. Couple 2-strike pitches fouled off by Shibley. 8th pitch here in this at-bat upcoming. Shibley trying to continue this inning for the Cougars in the third. 3-2 one more time. Shibley down the right field line. It's right on the line, ruled foul. Mike Lusky making the call. Will the Cougars challenge this? It looked very close. Lusky all over it down the right field line out of his spot at first. If it was fair, the Cougars take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the third inning as Kyle Russell had the head start and was flying. Instead, just a very exciting foul ball that was nearly extra bases for Alan Shibley. So 9th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Must have been a good call. No concerns from the Cougar dugout. Payoff pitch once again. Inside, that caught a piece of Shibley. Either way, he was getting aboard. Would have been ball 4. He's hit by a pitch. He wins the 9-pitch at bat for the Cougars here in the third. So now back-to-back Cougar hitters hit by a pitch, and they get Kaysen Taggart up to the plate. It's a guy the Cougars wanted to come up with a couple on, and they will get their opportunity. Gary Henderson making the mound visit for Utah in a series where we'll see both head coaches make these visits to the mound. First and second, the runners. And while this goes on the mound, this conversation will take a pause for a 10-second station identification. This is Cougar Baseball from Learfield. Cougar lineup card all season this year is brought to you by Wilbur Ellis. And the Cougars in a good spot in this lineup right now. They have their 4-hitter at the plate with a couple on, 2 outs, bottom of the third. They've tied it at 1 here in this third inning. And Kason Taggart hungry for more. It's turned into a long inning for Merritt Jones. Here's his first pitch to Taggart, and it's a fastball low and away for ball 1. Just 1 hit for the Cougars. It was the double by Nate Swartz that set up the run here in the third, but 3 free bases given up, a walk and 2 batters hit. And the 1-0 spiked low and away from Kason Taggart. 2 balls, no strikes to the left-handed hitting Cougar DH. The pitch count for Merritt Jones is at 56. That's 35 in the inning. 2-0 pitch. Low and inside for ball 3. And the concern for Utah becomes, or pardon me, I said 35. It was 25. You get around that 30 pitch mark in an inning, and that's where you get really concerned. The 3-0 pitch on the outside half. There's a called strike, 3-1. But the fastball has lost a couple ticks for Merritt Jones here in this third inning. He's trying to be careful with the better part of the Cougar order. And Kason Taggart trying to put the Cougs in front. The stretch in the 3-1. Taggart lifts it in the air, third base side. This will get out of play. Down towards the concession stand. Count full, 3-2. Count has gone full to the last 3 hitters now. All with 2 outs after the Cougars manufactured a run to even the game at 1. The payoff pitch, runners go, Taggart to left field. This ball has a bit of carry, wind pushing out that way to the fence, a leap and a catch by Carson Bodley up against the wall. Kason Taggart nearly put the Cougs in front here in the third. They'll have to settle for 1 to draw the score even at 1 aside. 4th inning up next. Entertaining start here on this Friday night to Pac-12 play from Learfield.
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Washington State and Utah all tied at 1. We go to the top of the 4th in Pullman. Cougar Baseball sponsored by Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, made to chill, proud partner of Cougar Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. So the Cougars able to even things up going into the 4th. Grant Taylor, 3 strikeouts, starts against Michael Davini at the right side for Utah. First pitch from Taylor. Inside half, Davini towards left center field. Hartman stumbled on the run into the gap. He won't get there in left, and Davini a base hit to open the Utah 4th. I don't know if a cleat got caught out there or what for Max Hartman. It looked like he had a good jump on it initially, but then kind of lunging and keeping his balance running in out of left field. I don't know that he was going to get there anyways. It was a dying base hit for Davini. But a leadoff runner for Utah trying to answer back here in this 4th inning. Little timeout right now down on the first base side of things. Mike Lusky holding things as Michael Davini tries to get his armor off over there. One of the braces that was on Davini's left arm. He's got a mitt now in his left hand as the base runner. First pitch at second, right past Grant Taylor's left ear. Scooped by Park to Russell onto first for a 4-6-3 double play. First pitch of the at-bat to Drake DiGiorno.
The DH, number 5, Caden Carpenter.
Double play turned by the Cougars. Bases empty. And now 2 outs, 2 pitches deep into the top of this fourth for Grant Taylor. He would love nothing more than to just put Merritt Jones right back on the bump for Utah. First pitch inside to Caden Carpenter, the Utah designated hitter, 1-0. Merritt Jones just had a 29-pitch inning in the third. Taylor could be under 5 here in the fourth. Is 1-0 high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Utah's running the first on a Kai Roberts solo home run. Washington State answered back. Double for Nate Swartz. Scored on an RBI ground out for Max Hartman. The 2-0 pitch, inner half, grounded to second. Park was deep in the hole, a little bit onto the outfield turf. Easy play to first for out number 3. Nice quick inning for Grant Taylor. 5 pitches, and his Cougars return to the plate, trying to put some more pressure on the sophomore Friday night starter for Utah, Merritt Jones. 1-1 all tied after 3.5 here on the Palouse.
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment, located 4 miles east of Lewiston, Idaho. Come hit the jackpot with us, with over 600 gaming machines, saltwater pool, restaurant, and giant screens in the Stadium Sports Bar. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe, our hospitality is legendary. Stay, play, and get away with the Clearwater River Casino. Go Cougs!
It's time to bring the big game to your backyard with spring savings on steel. Our AK Homeowner System battery tools start at just $199.99. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours. All prices S&W SRP.
They're tossing t-shirts around at Bailey Brayton Field for this crowd on attendance on a Friday night. Game all tied at 1, bottom of the fourth coming up. Jacob Morrow, Joey Kramer, Cole Kramer for Washington State in the Cougar fourth. Cougars ended the third at the plate, 29-pitch inning for Merritt Jones. And it was nearly Kaysen Taggart taking Merritt Jones deep for a 3-run home run that would have punctuated a really great inning for the Cougars. A lot of competitive at-bats there in the third. So 60 pitches right now for Merritt Jones as he starts the fourth. And a ground ball to short. Nice charging play to the left for Cord Jackson, and he throws on the run to first to beat Jacob Morrow to the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out for Merritt Jones at the bottom of the fourth. So Jones just had that long 29-pitch third inning. The Cougars gave it back to him after 5 pitches from Grant Taylor. Joey Kramer up next for the Cougs. It was a really nice play at short by Cord Jackson there to open the inning. First pitch inside towards the hands of the right-handed batter Kramer, 1-0. Coug fans know, but for Utah fans, if they happen to have checked in on the radio, no relation between the Kramers. It's spelled differently. Joey Kramer with a K, Cole Kramer with a C. 2 balls, no strikes. Second pitch low and away from Kramer. Here goes Jones into the third offering. Upper half. Joey Kramer hits it to center field. This is a deep fly ball to center. It's up off the top of the high wall in center field. Kramer with extra bases into second with a double here with 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Kramer getting a hold of that. 105 off the bat, high off the wall in center field. I'd say it's about a 10-foot wall from foul pole to foul pole, except for a gap of about 30 yards in straightaway center, where that wall ratchets up to maybe 14, 15 feet in height. And that's where the ball hit off of. It was above the 10-foot marking. It would have been a home run any other part. But for Kramer, extra bases and a one-out double. First pitch now to Cole Kramer, low and away for ball one. Big double here for the Cougs to set him up bottom of the fourth with a man in scoring position. The 1-0 to Cole Kramer at the knees for a strike. WSU 9 home runs opening weekend. They were close to having their first at home. The 1-1 pitch, low and inside. 2-1 to Cole Kramer. Hey, they've been close actually in the last three at bats. Kason Taggart was, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 feet away from one in the third. Joey Kramer probably just like 3 feet away here in the fourth. The 2-1 pitch, low and away for ball three. Long stare from Kelly Gonzalez. Another right-handed bat here for the Cougs in Cole Kramer. 6 of the 9 in the Cougar order hit from the right side. And the 3-1 pitch from Merritt Jones to Cole Kramer. Checks in at the knees. Kramer taking again. Count full 3-2. First inning was a nice, easy 11-pitch inning. Now here in these last 2 innings and change, the Cougars stringing together some better at-bats. Taking Jones deep into these at-bats. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Cole Kramer trying to get to a fastball on the outside half. He's down swinging. First strikeout for Merritt Jones. That's a testament to the tough at-bats from the Cougs. They have not gone down easily either. Nate Swartz now up with 2 outs. Bottom of inning number 4, game tied at 1. Go-ahead run is out at second base. First pitch to Swartz. He hits it to left field. Chasing it, Carson Bodley won't get there. It's over his head, bouncing off the foot of the wall. Double for Nate Swartz, and the Cougars take a lead here in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch swinging in the at-bat, and a pair of doubles nets the Cougars a 2-1 lead. Nate Swartz with RBI number 12 on the season. And Crew Park will bat next for the Cougs, who take their first lead of the night. And Nate Swartz, a pair of doubles now in his first 2 at-bats. Crew Park up next at the right side with 2 outs. Same spot for the Cougs now with a man in scoring position, and first pitch chopped foul just to the left of the line at third. So Nate Swartz with his 3rd and 4th doubles of the season. The 0-1 coming to Crew Park from Merritt Jones. Swartz takes off, got a good jump, throw down to third, skipping and reeled in on a diving stop by Michael Davini. If he didn't extend to get that in foul ground, it was into left field and probably would have been a run for Nate Swartz, who steals third. The pitch was outside as well, 1-1 the count. And another run for the Cougars, 90 feet away, out to a 2-1 lead now here, bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-1 pitch coming to Park. Park turns on it early, right into the wall in front of the Cougar third base dugout. 1-2. Crew Park had a 2-run double to left center against Rhode Island last Sunday. Part of the early scoring for the Cougs. Swings and misses at the 1-2 here. Second strikeout in the inning and in the game for Merritt Jones, but the Cougars take the lead on a pair of doubles. Joey Kramer first, Nate Swartz followed him up, his second of the game, and after 4, the Cougars now lead this one 2-1. Pac-12 opener tonight here from Learfield.
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs! A lot goes into Washington State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Washington's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Cougar Nation, locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
WSU leads 2-1, now starting the top of the 5th. Utah scored on a solo home run first inning. Cougars have come back to score the last 2. Grant Taylor settled in for the Cougs. Carson Bodley, Brewer Webster, Court Jackson, 8-9-1 for Utah in the visitors' 5th. And first pitch to Bodley, fouled high out of play behind the plate. That was the 61st pitch for Grant Taylor. He's coming off a 5-pitch 4th inning. Now the right-hander winds his 0-1 to Bodley, up high and out of the glove of Jacob Morrow. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Utah, the Kai Roberts solo home run in the 1st. WSU, a double by Nate Swartz, set up a run scored in the 3rd. Swartz doubled in Joey Kramer, who was on via a double last half inning. A 1-1 pitch high and away from the left-handed hitting Bodley, 2-1. Being played so far like a Friday night game in the Pac. Hits at a premium. Taylor's 2-1. Low for ball 3. Taylor right in around the zone. A lot of fastballs here from these 2 starters tonight. Taylor trying to get back into this count with the Utah 8-hitter, the 3-1 pitch. Challenge fastball, cut on and missed. Bodley climbing the ladder at it, and the count's full 3-2. Taylor has spun up 3 strikeouts tonight, and his payoff. Bodley goes around. Was going to get tied up on the inside half. Jacob Morrow throws down to first just in case, as the ball was close on that lower inside edge. 4th strikeout for Grant Taylor, and he gets the leadoff man in the 5th. It's a nasty pitch from Taylor, tied up lower inside half with a fastball. Now first pitch from Grant Taylor. He goes off speed to start off Brewer Webster, 0-1. Cole Kramer crashing in on the third base side to defend against a bunt from Webster. Both corners up, the 0-1 pitch. Webster fights it off the hands, but foul over the third base side, 0-2. Taylor went for 4 innings of hitless ball on Sunday against Rhode Island with 5 strikeouts. His 5th strikeout here could give the Cougars 2 outs, top of the 5th. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball's a little bit too far north, 1-2. Taylor stares in, he's ready. And the 1-2 pitch. Outside half, boy, was right there. Jacob Morrow telling him great pitch, the catcher, but it's called just away, 2-2. Infield, outfield, straight up now with 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2-1 Cougars. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled high out of play once again. Breeze still blowing in over the first base side. Taylor the wind, the 2-2 delivery. In the air, first base line. It gets lofted. Crew Park, the second baseman, calling for it beyond the infield, crossing into foul ground in shallow right. And the second baseman making the catch for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 gone for Utah, the visitors' 5th. And Grant Taylor's humming right along now, back to the top of the Utah order. This will be his 3rd time through. Core Jackson, who singled in the 3rd, lined out to center in the 1st. Here's the first pitch to Jackson. It's away from the left-handed hitter. Well outside for ball 1. Cougars guarding bunt, third base line once again. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup from Grant Taylor on the outside half. Jackson couldn't get the bat to it. Taylor, the 1-1. A little low. 2 balls and a strike. And back to that changeup once again. Core Jackson, he has the old Utah logo, the feathers off the U. He has little stickers of those on the back of his black helmet at the left side of the plate. 2-1 fastball, cut on and missed. And Taylor's evened it up at 2. Boy, he's really challenged a couple of hitters here in this inning with that fastball right around the letters. Pitch away here from getting it to the halfway point with the Cougs up 2-1. And the 2-2. Inside half right there, called ball 3. These pitches have been right in around the zone for Grant Taylor. He just missed there on the inside half with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So the payoff to Core Jackson now. 2 gone, nobody on. The pitch up high for ball 4. Taylor lost him. The second walk for Grant Taylor. 3rd free base runner. Taylor hit a man in this game as well. And Kai Roberts, who had the solo home run back in the 1st inning, will come up with 2 outs and a man on base. Roberts was also that aforementioned hit batter in the 3rd. A move to first for Grant Taylor. Throw right on the hip of Core Jackson, who is back in safely. Utah 1 run on 4 hits. The Cougars 2 runs on 3 hits. Another move to first. Back goes Roberts again. All 3 Cougar hits have been doubles. Lights on, sky fading here tonight on the Palouse. Middle innings. See if Taylor comes home here to Kai Roberts. He does. And it's a fastball in the lower outside corner for strike 1. Kai Roberts came in with 6 doubles on the season, leading Utah and 3rd in the Pac-12. Taylor ready, glove at the belt, sets, stretches and delivers. Low and inside. A ball and a strike. 2-1 Cougars here, visitors 5th. WSU opening its Pac-12 season at home. So temperatures dip into the low 40s here in the middle innings. Taylor set up again. Back foot, first base side of the rubber. Turns that way, throws over to first to send Core Jackson back over to the bag. There are some bodies stirring in the Utah bullpen. The Cougar bullpen is a ghost town down the left field line. Nobody there. Taylor now with a 1-1 pitch. It's set up on a pitch out. Jacob Morrow, the catcher, who's already picked off a runner at 3rd in this game. It's a big pickoff back in the 3rd inning. but nothing doing that time. 2-1. That third inning, Utah's best chance. They got 2 on, nobody out, and the Cougs were able to back out of it. Another move over to first to keep Core Jackson close. Grant Taylor trying to defend. Utah getting into runners in scoring position. Runner goes with the 2-1 pitch. It's called low and away. Morrow, the throw up to second, and the slide is safe for Core Jackson. He had to keep his left foot on the bag, and he did so, keep his toes there. The pitch was pretty close on the lower outside edge, but called ball 3. So a stolen base for Core Jackson. Number 6 on the season, and he's into scoring position in a 3-1 count to Kai Roberts. Good spot here for Utah to try to even it top of the 5th. Grant, the 3-1 pitch, pulls the string with the changeup, and he had Roberts way out in front of it, thinking 3-1 fastball. 3-2. See if Big Grant can get out of the top of the 5th inning here. Try to strand a man in scoring position. 2 outs is payoff pitch. Inside, and ball 4. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs for Utah. And Tyler Quinn is up next. Quinn, who's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. Utah is 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Jacob Morrow going to go out to the mound to visit with Grant Taylor. Cougs lead 2-1 here, top of the 5th inning. You can earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. Nathan Choate will go out and join the conversation for the Cougars now. Trying to get Grant Taylor back in rhythm here in the top of the 5th. Last 2 runners allowed on via a walk. Taylor 4 strikeouts, only 1 run allowed, 4 hits so far here in his Pac-12 debut in 2024. He'll face Tyler Quinn, the 3-hole in the Utah lineup here, with 2 outs and a couple men on. Taylor trying to get through 5 innings with the lead. He's an out away, couple on. Visit over. A turnaround at second. Taylor will fake the throw. Up even with the bag at third is Cole Kramer. At second base, Park holding the runner on. First pitch popped up, first base side, foul ground. Calling for it, Joey Kramer makes the catch halfway between the foul line and the Utah dugout for out number 3. And Grant Taylor on 1 breaking ball able to get a pop-up from Tyler Quinn to end the top of the 5th. Cougars strand a pair, middle point of this ball game. Washington State 2, Utah 1 tonight, the Pac-12 opener from Learfield.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing: chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
A lot goes into Washington State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Washington's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Cougar Nation, locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
Utah will have a new pitcher going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Washington State leads 2-1. Cougars coming to the plate. Randon Hostert is the new pitcher for Utah. 1-1 on the year, 12 1/3 innings, a 0.73 ERA, 12 strikeouts to 3 walks. Hostert a towering 6'5", another product of Idaho Falls, as was the starter tonight, Merritt Jones. They went to different high schools, though. Hostert from Bonneville High School, and Jones was out of Idaho Falls High School. So final line for the starter, Merritt Jones, 4 innings, 3 hits, all doubles, 2 runs, both come earned, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts for Merritt Jones. It was a total of 75 pitches for Jones in his first Pac-12 start of the season. So the Cougars get into the bullpen here in the 5th. Top of the order to start it, Max Hartman, his 3rd time to the plate. He drove in the Cougars' first run on a productive ground out in the 3rd inning. So Hartman at the left side. And the first pitch. A fastball at 90, lower outside corner for strike 1. So Hartman 0 for 2, hitting .347 this year. Hostert comes set. His pitch. Foul down the third base side, 0-2. Just 5 hits allowed by Hostert in 12 1/3 innings. Averaging a strikeout per inning. The 0-2 pitch brought the catcher Tyler Quinn out of his crouch to go get it, 1-2. The 1-2. Outside half, high chopper at 3rd, waiting on it. Davini needs to muscle a throw to first. He can't get the speedy Hartman. Motoring out of the left-handed batter's box, had a head start to first in that regard, and he beats it out for an infield single. Took a nice high hop for Hartman on the infield turf. And it was going to be tough for anybody over at third base. Could have been Nolan Arenado over there. And Max Hartman still would have had a leadoff single in the 5th for the Cougars. Kyle Russell up next. 2-1 Cougs here in the 5th. Russell shows a bunt, puts it down third base side, foul. Cougs trying to once again get a runner into scoring position. Neither team's been able to do much with runners on. A combined 1 for 13. That's why the Cougs know how important these runners in scoring position opportunities are if they can get to them. The 0-1 pitch. Russell decides to swing this time, and he lifts it out of play. A little bit further away from the beer garden down the first base line. And over towards a practice infield facility over the first base side for WSU. 0-2 now to Russell. Have to shorten up the approach here in the 5th. A move to first. Hartman dives back over. Hartman, the leading base stealer for the Cougars with 5. He has been caught a couple times this year. Kyle Russell 0 for 1 hit by a pitch in this game, trying to battle here with 2 strikes. The 0-2 offering outside half away. The close one on the zone, 1-2. Hostert's right around 90 miles an hour with the fastball here since checking in this inning in the 5th. 1-2 pitch. Russell takes a swing at it, pops it up first base side over the Utah dugout, right off the top of the dugout. So we'll do it again at 1-2. Hostert going to the breaking ball that last time. Was selected in the 15th round of the 2019 MLB draft. Decided to go to college instead. This is his 48th appearance. 1-2 hit into right field by Kyle Russell, going the other way for a base hit, and the Cougs will claim first and second here in the bottom of the 5th. Pair of singles. Remember, Hostert had only allowed 5 hits in 12 1/3 coming in, and the Cougars right away have 2 hits off of him with nobody out. And the heart of the Cougar order coming up, Alan Shibley up next. This year has really been the year in which Randon Hostert has found his stuff. Opponents had hit above 300 against him each of his first 3 years at Utah. First pitch to Shibley finds the lower inside corner for a strike. A career ERA of 6.5 for Hostert. It's been used primarily as a reliever. Did start a lot his second season. Ground ball, hot shot, first base side, off the glove of DiGiorno and away into shallow right field. As Brewer Webster will track it down, and the Cougars load the bases here in the 5th. Hartman to third, Russell to second, Shibley aboard. And the bases are colored crimson here in the bottom of the 5th. A 2-1 Cougar lead, and Kaysen Taggart coming up to the plate. Nowhere to put Taggart, who has 2 home runs this year and a team leading 14 runs driven in for the Cougars. And a mammoth opportunity here in the 5th to add to a 2-1 Cougar lead. First pitch strike on the lower outside corner to Kaysen Taggart. Taggart a 2-run home run against Utah Tech. And a solo home run against Utah Tech on the opening weekend. Pitch low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Taggart also had a 2-run double in the 4-run 9th inning against TCU a week ago. Now in a bases loaded spot. The 1-1 pitch at the knees for strike 2. Taggart 1 for 3 with the bases loaded this year. A 2-strike pitch coming, nobody out. Bags packed with Cougars. Upper half pitch, hit in the air, launched to left center by Taggart. This is taking Roberts back, a little shy of the track in left center. Coming from third to score is Max Hartman on a sac fly for Kaysen Taggart, and going to third on the play as well as Kyle Russell. Throw back into second to hold Alan Shibley at first. A big sac fly from Kaysen Taggart. It is 3-1 Cougars now in the bottom of the 5th. And tack on RBI number 15 of the season for Kaysen Taggart, with Jacob Morrow coming up next. And a spot with first and third and 1 out. For Morrow, who's 0 for 2, came into the weekend leading the Pac-12 in average. And he takes a pitch low and away for ball 1. Cougs able to take advantage of the 3 consecutive hits off of Randon Hostert out of the Utah bullpen. The 1-0 pitch. Morrow takes a breaking ball at the knees. It's a ball and a strike to the Cougar backstop. Bullpen still empty for the Cougs. It would look like Grant Taylor will be heading out for a 6th inning of work. The 1-1 pitch, runner goes. Big swing by Morrow, and he was unable to get to it, but an easy swipe of second with no throw for Alan Shibley. So first and second with 1 out. Cougars getting into an opportune spot for Jacob Morrow, but he's going to have to put together some 2-strike work here in this at-bat. Little fake throw over to third base by Randon Hostert to reset the pitch clock. 1-2 the count. Good hitter at the plate for the Cougs and Jacob Morrow. And the pitch fouled off. We'll do it again. WSU has scored just the second earned run of the season off of Hostert. Chance for more here in the fifth. 3-1 Cougs. The 1-2 to Morrow. Hit in the air to center field. Roberts sizing it up. Going back to tag at third is Kyle Russell. He takes off for the plate. Good throw out of center by Kai Roberts that short hops the catcher Tyler Quinn. It's not enough. Kyle Russell scores. Another sac fly for the Cougs, this time from Jacob Morrow. 3 singles, back-to-back sac flies. Cougs lead 4-1 here, bottom of 5. Cougs are playing some baseball tonight. Get them on, move them over, get them in. They've scored the last 4. Joey Kramer up next, 2 outs, runner at second. First pitch in the turf, blocked by the catcher Tyler Quinn. I gotta think right now, Nathan Choate in that third base dugout of the Cougars is pretty happy with how this is transpiring in terms of his guys just putting together a good game of baseball. The 1-0 to Joey Kramer. Hits it foul on a laser down the right field line off the top of the Cougars indoor hitting facility. 1-1. Joey Kramer doubled to score in the fourth. At that juncture, giving the Cougars a 2-1 lead when he came around to score. Now it's 4-1 Cougars here in the fifth. Kramer pops one up third base side out of play. And it's now 1-2. 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Now some steady production going from the Cougar bats. All while Grant Taylor has thrown 4 scoreless innings in a row after a solo home run from Kai Roberts in the first inning. 1-2 pitch to Joey Kramer. Lifted out of play first base side. Cougars seeking to avenge a sweep in Salt Lake City last season. Salvage won a couple years ago. Utah almost swept the Cougars in back-to-back years. WSU trying to start game 1 of the Pac-12 slate on the right foot. Kramer turns another one foul. He's going back and forth between the first and third base sides now. This latest over the third base side of things. Still 1-2. And good to get some runs here in the middle innings, because lurking in the back of this Utah bullpen is Micah Ashman, a big lefty with nasty stuff who can really swallow up the final 6 outs of a game pretty quickly. A visit from Tyler Quinn out with his pitcher Randon Hostert here. 1-2. A runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the Cougars, who have scored 2 here in the fifth to take a 4-1 lead. The Cougs now 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position. And 6 for 17 in the game. It's turned into a really solid offensive performance for WSU. The 1-2 pitch that dives, blocked by Tyler Quinn. A lot of long at-bats, a lot of quality at-bats here by the Cougars 1 through 9. The 2-2 coming to Kramer with Alan Shibley dancing off a second. Kramer fouls it high off the screen behind the plate. Kramer has fouled off 5 pitches in this at-bat. He's about to see an 8th. One for 2 in this game with a run scored and a double already. The 2-2. Kramer jammed off the hands. It's parachuting into shallow center field, out in front of Kai Roberts. Around third, pedaling to score, Alan Shibley. A parachuter into center for Joey Kramer. And 3 runs here in the fifth for the Cougars. It's now a 5-1 Washington State lead. Second hit of the game for Joey Kramer, and just another big-time at-bat from the Cougars. 8th pitch of the at-bat. Kramer had fought off 5 pitches that he fouled out of play to get to that RBI opportunity. And a bunt shown by Cole Kramer. A pitch sails high and in on him, and he ducks out of the way, 1-0. So the Cougars getting to Randon Hostert, who had been basically untouchable in his first 12 innings of the season. Now a line drive into right field off the bat of Cole Kramer. Another hit for the Cougars. 5th hit of the inning for Washington State. And first and second with 2 outs. 3 runs home, 8th batter of the inning coming up in the form of Nate Swartz. And Swartz can really swing it. 2 doubles in this game, an RBI last inning on his double, and time called out of the Utah dugout. Gary Henderson comes out with hands in his pockets to go visit with Randon Hostert. Really good showing from the Cougs. First inning, the at-bats, they were too easy. And then they really turned it on at the plate from there on out. And they're riding a good start from Grant Taylor right now. 5 innings of 4 hit, 1 run ball, 85 pitches, and Taylor is looking poised to come back out in the 6th inning for the Cougars. Swartz doubled left field line off the glove of the third baseman Michael Davini in the 3rd. And then doubled into left center in the 4th to drive in a run. He's trying to keep the line moving for the Cougars here with 2 outs in the 5th. 3 runs already home for a 5-1 lead in the Pac-12 opener. First pitch to Swartz. Low and away for ball 1. Swartz, the vet on this Cougar roster, Farmington, New Mexico. Been very experienced in crimson and gray. Watches the 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. And in a lot of right-on-right matchups, the Cougar order has done a good job. Swartz and Kramer, they both have 2 hits. That's Joey Kramer, who's on at second, Cole Kramer at first. A turnaround at Joey Kramer and a throwback to second. The 3 guys that don't have hits for the Cougars, they each have a sacrifice tonight. That's production, the 2-0. Lower inside corner, there's a strike to Swartz on a fastball from Randon Hostert. Over 30 pitches in the inning now for Hostert, the 2-1. The lower inside corner for strike 2. Utah trying to end this 3-run Cougar 5th. Nate Swartz trying to keep it going for the Cougs. Hostert's 2-2. Lower outside corner, a fastball dots up the zone for strike 3. Swartz down looking, but the Cougars get 3 in the 5th. They bring 8 batters to the plate, do the Cougs, on 5 hits, 2 left aboard after 5. It's Wazoo 5, Utah 1 here on the first Friday night Pac-12 play this year.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
Grant Taylor ready to keep going for Washington State. Visitors 6th. 4 straight scoreless innings tossed by Grant Taylor. He starts against TJ Clarkson for Utah here in the 6th. And he opens him up with a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Cougars backing Grant for 3 runs in the 5th inning. Now a 5-1 Washington State lead, top of the 6th. And 0-1 breaking ball rides a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. TJ Clarkson is the power hitter for Utah. Did strike out in the 3rd inning. It was the 3rd of 4 Grant Taylor strikeouts. Now tries a breaking ball in that misses. 2-1. Infield, outfield. Infield shaded to the right side, the left-handed hitter. 2-1 pitch, too low. Next pitch will be number 90 for Grant Taylor. The Cougar bullpen does have bodies in it now, starting to stretch. Taylor probably 15 pitches or so away from the end of his night. The 3-1 up high for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Utah on the top of the 6th. Cougars trying to pin the Utes down. Coming off the 3-run inning, it would mean a lot for the Cougars to come back and quickly take care of the Utes. Nathan Choate coming out of the dugout after the leadoff walk here in the 6th. This will buy a little bit of time for the bullpen to get working for the Cougars. Still nobody actively throwing for the Cougs. So they're a little ways away there. 90 pitches even now for Grant Taylor. Michael Davini's up next. 1 for 2. Taylor would love a sharp ground ball. He got a 4-6-3 double play after a leadoff single in the 4th. First pitch, Davini wheels to show bunt, pulls it back on a pitch that misses. 1-0. Cole Kramer is up guarding that bunt third base side. Middle infield wants a double play ball. Big hole right side to the right-handed batting Davini. And here's the pitch. He takes a fastball over the zone for strike 1. Cougars now with 5 runs on 8 hits. Utah 1 run, 4 hits. They have gotten 5 free runners on Taylor, combination of walks and hit by pitches. The 1-1 over the zone for strike 2. 4 strikeouts, 4 walks for Grant Taylor. 1 hit batter. Trying to manage against a leadoff base runner here in the 6th with a 4-run lead. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaks down Davini on a breaking ball, almost in the other batter's box. Strikeout number 5 for Grant Taylor. 1 away for Utah, top of the 6th. Big answer strikeout from Grant Taylor after the leadoff base runner. And Drake DiGiorno up next for Utah. Cougs still looking for a double play ball, high chopper foul, third base side on the first pitch to DiGiorno. DiGiorno from Folsom, California. A strikeout is hit into a double play. Cougs want another one. Taylor with the 0-1. Up high. Taylor jumping around after he landed on that pitch. Knew he lost the handle on it. 1-1. Cole Kramer still up even with the third base bag. The 1-1 pitch. Line to shallow left center. Over right to get to it is Nate Swartz off a bounce. And a 1-out single for Drake DiGiorno. Couple runners on for Utah now here top of the 6th. TJ Clarkson moving up to second base, and Caden Carpenter will be up next for the Utes. Two on, 1 out. 5 hits now for Utah. First hit off of Taylor since the 4th. Caden Carpenter 0 for 2 up next. Taylor's first pitch, lower half fastball, chopped at first. Joey Kramer, only play will be to take it to the bag himself. He does so for out number 2. Runners move. TJ Clarkson to third. Drake DiGiorno to second.
Carson Bonnelly.
And a big spot coming up. 2 in scoring position, 2 outs. Cougars leading 5-1 here top of the 6th. Carson Bodley, who's 1 for 2 in this game, struck out last time against Taylor. Right on left for Taylor, first pitch. Breaking ball snapped off lower inside corner for strike 1. Taylor wants to punctuate this with his 6th strikeout here tonight. His 0-1 pitch. Inside half, jam shot, comebacker, caught by Taylor. He spikes the ball as he goes to the third base dugout for the Cougs, stranding a pair of Utah runners in scoring position. 6 innings for Grant Taylor. A very quality start to his Pac-12 season. And his Cougs, after 5.5, lead it 5-1.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
A lot goes into Washington State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Washington's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Cougar Nation, locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
Back at Pullman, it's a 5-1 lead for Washington State. Grant Taylor, what a punctuation in the top half of the 6th. Before the Cougars come back to the plate here, let's first pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Cougar Baseball from Learfield. So Crew Park starts off the bottom of the 6th for Washington State. 5-1 Cougar lead. Park 0 for 1 with a sacrifice. First pitch swinging, pops it up, way up right side of the infield. Second baseman Brewer Webster calling for it from just behind the spot of first baseman Drake DiGiorno, and that's out number 1. The sky is a very deep purple almost now in Pullman. Immediately after that out, it's Gary Henderson out of the dugout for Utah to go get Rhiannon Hostert. 1 pitch here in the bottom of the 6th. The Utah will make a change as the Utes have Branson Keel jogging in from the bullpen. 5-1 Cougars, top of the order when we come back here in the 6th inning from Pullman.
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment, located 4 miles east of Lewiston, Idaho. Come hit the jackpot with us, with over 600 gaming machines, saltwater pool, restaurant, and giant screens in the stadium sports bar. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce tribe, our hospitality is legendary. Stay, play, and get away with the Clearwater River Casino. Go Cougs!
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 1 out pitching change here. Branson Keel coming in for Utah. That ends Randon Hostert's night, inning and a third. And the Cougars tagged him up here in the middle innings. 5 hits, 3 runs, all coming earned on 36 pitches. Keel on the season, 6 2/3 innings, does have a winning decision, a 4.05 ERA, 4 strikeouts to 3 walks. He comes in after 1 pitch and a pop out to first in this bottom of the 6th inning. But Randon Hostert had faced the entire Cougar order. 8 batters last inning in the 5th, and Crew Park to lead off the 6th. So it's back to the top of the Cougar order. Max Hartman, who's 1 for 3, and he started off the big 3-run scoring inning in the 5th for the Cougars. Really solid game here so far on this Friday night. Pac-12 play starting up for everybody except for Oregon State here this weekend. Oregon State playing host to Cal State Northridge in Corvallis. As the warm-up pitches continue for Branson Keel, remind you can listen to coverage of NCAA championships on the Varsity Network app. Powered by Learfield, fans can hear Westwood One's exclusive national coverage along with most school broadcasts through a multicast option. That's only on the Varsity Network app, available for free in your app store. Fun times upcoming for the Washington State men's basketball team. Virtual lock for the NCAA tournament. Max Hartman here with 1 out. Bottom of the 6th for the Cougs. First pitch from Branson Keel, and it's too low, 1-0. Keel kind of a 3/4 arm slot. Not quite full sidearm, but a little bit of a lower arm slot delivery for the right-hander for Utah. Third pitcher of the game for the Utes. 1-0 to Hartman. Up high above the letters. 2-0. Keel has scarlet long sleeves on under his black uniform. The right-hander's 2-0 pitch, low and away for ball 3. Everything away from Max Hartman here, the Cougar left fielder. First batter faced out of the pen for Keel. Now the 3-0 pitch. Outside for ball 4. Easy at bat for Max Hartman. 4 takes and he's aboard against Utah's second reliever, and Kyle Russell will be up now with 1 out. This top of the Cougar order was really tough to handle in the 5th inning. Set up Kaysen Taggart, Jacob Morrow for sac fly RBI opportunities. And then Joey Kramer got one on an RBI single as well. First pitch strike poured into Kyle Russell. Russell 1 for 2, hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. Also singled when the bases were loaded last inning. Now the 0-1 pitch. Russell takes a big swing. Breaking ball evades him on the outside half. 0-2. Good speed on it first, and Max Hartman with 1 out, but now 2 strikes for Kyle Russell. 5-1 Cougars here, bottom of the 6th. A move to first. Hartman was leaning a little bit towards second, but he still dove back in safely. Russell looking for a multi-hit game. 14 hits on the season. Runner goes with the 0-2. It's up high. Hartman, a foot first slide. Almost overslid the bag, but he's able to stay on it. A stolen base for Max Hartman. And the count now 1-2. So a man in scoring position with 1 out for Kyle Russell. Cougars 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Keel comes set, checks second. The 1-2 pitch. Bounces outside. Russell in these last couple of weeks really seeing the ball well. A little over a week removed from a career high 4-hit performance against TCU, including a home run on the game's first pitch. Sees the 2-2 down low, and he works this count full, 3-2. This at-bat resurrected for Kyle Russell, who is behind 0-2. Max Hartman on at second base. Payoff pitch coming home to Russell. Hit towards the right center field gap, tailing away from Kai Roberts, the center fielder. It bounces and skips off the fence. Russell scampering to second. He drives in Max Hartman from second, and the Cougars lead it 6-1. Second hit of the game for Kyle Russell, an RBI double. Double number 4 on the season for Russell. And WSU in 4 straight innings has produced at least a run in each of these 4 frames. And able to make a walk pay in this 6th inning. Alan Shibley up next against Branson Keel. First pitch from Keel to Shibley. Big swing and a miss for the Cougar right fielder. So 6-1 Cougs now in the 6th. Bullpen likely coming up in the 7th. Grant Taylor, 100 pitches on the night, but 6 one-run innings for Grant. Russell replaced Hartman at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Shibley, and it lands low and away, 1-1. It would appear Caden Wickersham out in the Cougar bullpen. The 1-1 pitch. Shibley takes it on the outside half. It started off the plate, drifted back into the outer half of the zone. Wickersham's been one of the best out of the Cougar bullpen so far this year. Cougs trying to continue to add to their tally for him. The 1-2 pitch. Outside half. Just off the plate, maybe a ball off the plate. Very close to the outer cut of the black. 2-2 to Alan Shibley now. Already a run home on a Kyle Russell RBI double. The 2-2, Shibley left side on the ground. It burns the turf on its way into left. Russell up to third, Shibley a single. And in back-to-back innings, he has a hit. Corner runners for the Cougars with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And Kason Taggart coming back up after a sac fly with the bases loaded last inning. So Taggart an RBI 0 for 1, a walk, a sacrifice. And he almost had a 3-run home run back in the 3rd inning. It was caught against the fence by Carson Bodley in left field. The opposite way for the left-handed hitting Taggart. Utah needing to turn 2 up the middle. That's what their middle infield sets for. Corner runners 1 out. The Cougs are a kind of team that could put a play on here as well. A pitch outside to start Taggart off 1-0. Utah's thinking about that. Michael Davini close over on the third base bag. Not wanting to give something easy for Taggart left side of the infield. 1-0 pitch. Outside half, right about the belt. An off-speed pitch for a called strike, 1-1. It is full-on nightfall now in Pullman. On what was a nice afternoon for the Pac-12 opener, Cougars lead by 5 here in the 6th. 2 on, 1 out, corner runners. 1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. Taggart was tremendous in Texas as well against Texas State in the finale of the Carbach Classic. Singled, scored in all 3 games, had a 2-run triple, 3 RBI against Texas State. 2-1 pitch to him. Popped up third base side. This will get well out of play. Michael Davini giving chase just to give courtesy to it. 2-2. Six runs on 10 hits for the Cougars. 8 of the 10 hits have come here in the middle innings. Pardon me, 9 of the 10 hits in the middle innings. Cougars only had 1 hit through 3. Taggart waiting on a 2-2 delivery from Branson Keel. Here it comes, high and tight. Taking off from first is Alan Shibley. Utah saw it late, no throw from Tyler Quinn. And so it is second and third with 1 out. And a full count to Kaysen Taggart. Payoff pitch upcoming. Taggart can add more runs to the Cougar tally. Here's the 3-2. Taggart, big swing at it, lofts it into left field, waiting on it Carson Bodley. Tagging at third is Kyle Russell. Here he comes sprinting home, and he scores on another sac fly for Kaysen Taggart. So Taggart has driven in a couple now, and the Cougars lead it 7-1. The conveyor belt churning right along for the Cougars. And Jacob Morrow, the catcher, up next. 2 runs driven in for Taggart now in back-to-back innings. Right on right for Morrow with a runner at second, 2 outs, 7-1 Cougars. Pitch outside from Jacob Morrow, ball, no strikes. Hope I said 7-1. I wonder if I just said 6-1 a moment ago when Kyle Russell came to score. 7-1 Cougars. The 1-0 to Morrow. Morrow jammed, ground ball at short, couple hops in between, bouncing running play by Core Jackson, and he throws on to first in time for out number 3. Cougars grab a couple more on 2 hits, 1 runner left on. We're through 6, and it's Washington State 7, Utah 1 here in the Pac-12 opener.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing: chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Into the top of the 7th inning, it is a 7-1 lead for Washington State. Grant Taylor is done for the Cougars, but what a first start in Pac-12 play this year for Grant Taylor. 6 innings, 1 run, allowed 5 hits. He would have liked to limit the walks a little more. He had 4 of them, but 5 strikeouts, and he threw 100 pitches tonight for the Cougars in those 6 innings of work. Caden Wickersham will take over out of the bullpen for Wazoo, the 6'1 junior, a transfer from Hutchinson Community College in Kansas, and he's been one of the top arms coming out of the bullpen for the Cougars. 7 2/3 innings, a 1-0 record with a 4.7 ERA, 4 strikeouts to 2 walks. Last weekend against Rhode Island, he worked 2 1/3 scoreless innings for the Cougs, tallying 36 pitches. He will face 9-1-2 for Utah in the visitors' 7th. Brewer Webster, Core Jackson, and Kai Roberts.
Pitching for the Utes, number 2, Matt Flaherty.
Utah's 5 hits all spread out, singles across 5 of the 6 innings. And Brewer Webster will be lifted here for Matt Flaherty, pinch hitter in this 7th inning for the Utes. So Flaherty pinch hitting here in the 9 spot. First pitch misses. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Wickersham. Wickersham's next pitch, lower inside corner, a strike, 1-1. 19 appearances, 18 out of the bullpen last year for Wickersham in community college in Kansas, 33 strikeouts to 10 walks. And he gets the 1-1 fouled off at the plate, 1-2. 25 relief appearances 2 years ago, was 3-2 with 2 saves, 41 strikeouts and 29 2/3. First 2-strike pitch coming from Wickersham. Up high at eye level to Flaherty, 2-2. Flaherty takes a rip at the 2-2 pitch, fouls it over the third base side. Wickersham trying to back up the strong start from Grant Taylor. Start the Cougars off well here out of the bullpen. His 2-2 pitch hit on the ground. It's short. Scooped up by Kyle Russell. Throws it to first to Joey Kramer ahead of Matt Flaherty hustling up the line. And that is out number 1 here in the 7th. That's how the night opens for Caden Wickersham out of the bullpen. Core Jackson back to the top of the Utah order. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk and a stolen base. Time was called before the at-bat. Couldn't see exactly what it was. I think a ball may have gotten loose down the left field line. Not sure how. First pitch fastball just misses to Core Jackson, 1-0. Home plate umpire Kelly Gonzalez had backed off right before the at-bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Wickersham, and it finds the knees for a strike. 1-1 to Core Jackson. What a response by Grant Taylor to a tough start last year at Utah, really starting him off with a difficult one in Pac-12 play tonight. 1-1 was a ground ball foul, third base side, 1-2. Taylor only made an inning and change last year against the Utes, and he really got his revenge tonight with 6 strong innings. Really his first quality start against Utah in his Cougar career in try number 3. Core Jackson taking time. The junior transfer to Utah is another time between a little back and forth between Caden Wickersham, Core Jackson. He takes time. Wickersham steps off. Now the 1-2. Up high. Count even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. You love a little gamesmanship early in Pac-12 play. Caden Wickersham trying to announce himself here at home. The 2-2 pitch. And the count's full. It's low, 3-2. Wickersham only 1 run allowed in 4 of his outings. Did give up 3 to TCU in an inning, but a swing and a miss. Core Jackson chasing on the lower outside edge, and he has words for home plate umpire Kelly Gonzalez as he goes back to the first base dugout. Strikeout for Wickersham. First of his night, and 2 gone for Utah in the top of the 7th. And Wickersham had Jackson fooled badly. First pitch swinging for Kai Roberts, a chopper at first. Wickersham covers for the flip from Joey Kramer. And 1, 2, 3 out of the bullpen for Caden Wickersham behind Grant Taylor. It's time to stretch on the Palouse. The Cougars in this Pac-12 opener lead it 7-1.
A lot goes into Washington State athletes reaching peak performance for game day, including the right nutrition. At Wilbur Ellis, we know that healthy crop performance requires the same attention to nutrition as an athlete. That's why we use benchmark data points to maximize crop productivity through nutrient efficiency. For 100 years, family-owned Wilbur Ellis has been partnering with Washington's farmers to grow healthier crops. That is the winning ag experience for Cougar Nation, locally provided by Wilbur Ellis.
It's time to bring the big game to your backyard with spring savings on steel. Our AK Homeowner System battery tools start at just $199.99. Find yours at over 10,000 local dealers. Steel is a proud supporter of your Washington State Cougars. Real Steel. Find yours. All prices S&W SRP.
For Utah, Matt Flaherty does stay on to play second base going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Washington State leads this 7-1 Pac-12 opener tonight against the Utah Utes. Good start for the Cougars. Maiden voyage under head coach Nathan Choate in Pac-12 play. Branson Keel will stay on to open the bottom of the 7th after a 1-2-3 top half from Caden Wickersham. That behind 6 innings out of the gates from Grant Taylor. Joey Kramer, Cole Kramer, Nate Swartz in the Cougars 7th. Joey Kramer is 2 for 3. A double in the 4th came to score. RBI single in the 3-run Cougar 5th. So first coming home to Joey Kramer. And he takes strike 1. Kramer from California, Cal State Northridge transfer. We told you about Northridge being in Corvallis to take on Oregon State. The Beavers the only ones not starting Pac-12 play tonight. Pitch blown away from Kramer. It's a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 from Keel. Upper half, Kramer pops it up. This should get back into the stands. And it does on the third base side, a few rows up. Tyler Quinn was racing to it like he thought he had a chance for it. Ball and 2 strikes to Joey Kramer. Trying to get his 3rd consecutive hits. Keel set up center of the rubber, the 1-2. Turned foul, third base side, and that got off the leg of Joey Kramer as well. Ricochet off the handle of the bat. It doesn't feel good when the temperatures have dipped into the 30s here tonight in Pullman. Joey Kramer taking a moment just to try to walk it off on the third base side, and now Nathan Choate out of the dugout for the Cougars, as is athletic trainer Jace Puckett, and they're looking at the left leg kind of right around the knee of Joey Kramer as he fouled it off there, and I think Washington State may be signaling to the dugout that they might need to get somebody ready to take the spot of Kramer with a 1-2 count, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Kramer is coming back towards the Cougar dugout, and it will be a change here in the 7th for the Cougars. We'll keep an eye on that for Joey Kramer. A 1-2 count is what the new hitter will inherit for Washington State. It looks like the Cougars will go with Brandon Ponce, a senior from Federal Way, Big Bend Community College. Ponce will be able to take over at first base for the Cougars as well. So Ponce here with a 1-2 count. Tough spot to walk into at the plate. But the big right-handed hitter trying to deliver here. He is now the leadoff man for the Cougars in the bottom of the 7th with a 7-1 lead. The 1-2 pitch. And that bounces outside, 2-2. Ponce looking to start 2024 with his first hit. The 2-2 pitch. Ponce reaches on the outside half, fouls it off. They'll keep this at bat going. You see the Cougar, well, you hear the Cougar dugout energize over the third base side. Realizing this is a big moment for Ponce and a tough at bat to walk into and a 1-2 count. Now it's 2-2. The next pitch to Ponce. Ground ball at short. Core Jackson comes up with it, throws to first. It takes his first baseman off the bag. Drake DiGiorno able to put a tag, though, on Brandon Ponce. So it is still 6-3 for out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th.
Third baseman, number 32.
And the Cougs lead 7-1. Cole Kramer coming up next. You can order, earn, enjoy. It's that easy to earn free food with My McDonald's Rewards. Get exclusive offers and rack up rewards. Download the app today. 1 away, 6-run lead for the Cougars. Nobody on with 1 out. First pitch, Cole Kramer lofts it right field line. Foul ground. It's going to fall on the warning track just to the left as we see it of the Utah bullpen in field of play in foul ground. 0-1. Cole Kramer 1 for 3. A hit in his last at-bat. That was in the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch. And fouled back off the screen behind the plate. 0-2. Caden Wickersham just pitched a 1-2-3 top of the 7th for the Cougars. We'll see if he gets a second inning out of the Washington State bullpen in the 8th. 0-2 here, Branson Keel to Cole Kramer. And the pitch. Hit back up middle of the diamond, a little bit left side of second as we see it. Charging is Core Jackson to scoop and throw in time for out number 2. Jackson has made some really nice plays out of shortstop. He's recorded the last 3 outs for Utah on plays at short. With 2 outs, Nate Swartz coming up now. Swartz a pair of doubles, RBI, run scored, stolen base. Busy night. He's 2 for 3. And the first pitch to Swartz. Chopped at short, wouldn't you know it? Gloving it, Jackson down by his left side, and he gets it to first, a step in front of Nate Swartz. 4 consecutive putouts, go 6-3, and Utah Gets through the Cougars 1, 2, 3 in the 7th on all plays to short. After 7, it's Washington State 7, Utah 1. Caden Wickersham back to the mound when we come back to Pullman.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the 2023-24 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite school or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. That's thedirectorscup.com and L Directors Cup on Twitter. Trophies will be awarded in June 2024 to the winning institutions in all competitive divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill.
2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Top of the 8th inning, it's a 7-1 lead for Washington State over Utah here on the Diamond. First Pac-12 game here this baseball season for Washington State. Pullman Regional Hospital and WSU are partners in excellence as the official hospital of Washington State University Athletics. Pullman Regional Hospital provides quality care and support to over 500 student athletes. Let the team that takes care of the Cougs take care of you. First pitch missed here in the 8th to Tyler Quinn. And coming back with a strike, Caden Wickersham. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Utah leadoff man, top of the 8th. Cougs lead by 6, the 1-1 up high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tyler Quinn, the Utah catcher. Quinn 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. Takes a swing at the 2-1, fouls it off third base side. So Wickersham getting back to a 2-strike count once again. Wickersham a strikeout in the 7th. 1-2-3 inning for him. The 2-2 pitch fouled off. Just got behind Jacob Morrow. Wickersham trying to put the at-bat away with a fastball. WSU trying to start the year 8-4, 3-1 at home. The 2-2 pitch hit to center field. Swartz going back with it. Onto the track, makes a leaping try, and he catches it up against the fence. Nate Swartz running it down. You can still see his body imprinted on the padding in left center field as he makes the catch for out number 1, taking away extra bases from Utah's leadoff man, Tyler Quinn. Outstanding play in center for Nate Swartz. 4 straight put out by Caden Wickersham, and TJ Clarkson now with the bases empty and Utah down by 6. First pitch on the ground at second. Crew Parks up with it, and he throws to first for out number 2. So Wickersham 5 up, 5 down out of the bullpen. And the Cougar defense energized by the play by Nate Swartz. Chasing it down in left center field. Fun defense to watch, the Cougs. One of the better ones in the Pac-12 so far. They're not committing many errors. They've been doing really good work. Michael Davini, the Utah third baseman, first pitch hack, and he comes up empty on a fastball. Wickersham trying to go a quick 6 up, 6 down out of the bullpen. His 0-1 pitch to Davini, fouled out of play behind the plate. And Wickersham is off and running now here in the top of the 8th. 2 gone, 7-1 Washington State. Wickersham set. The wind, the 0-2 pitch. Bounces it outside. Davini wouldn't oblige to go with it. 1-2. Wickersham set the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Breaks down Davini. 2 punch outs out of the bullpen for Caden Wickersham. 6 up, 6 down. And his relief appearance as the Cougars lead 7-1 going to the bottom of the 8th.
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
Hey Cougs, life doesn't stop at retirement. Bishop Place has a wide range of activities, social events, and fitness options depending on your interests. We have many options to explore depending on the level of care you need. Bishop Place also has housekeeping, dining, and transportation services. Less worry, less chores, more life, and more choices. Visit us on the web at bishopplace.net or call to schedule your tour today. 509-334-9488. We can't wait to see you.
Cameron Nielsen will take over in the 8th inning for Utah. 7-1, the Washington State lead. What a start here to Pac-12 play for the Cougars here on this Friday night in Pullman. Branson Keel, his line, an inning and 2/3. 2 hits, 2 runs that both come earned, 1 walk. No strikeouts on 33 pitches. The new pitcher for Utah, Cameron Nielsen. Right-hander out of Salt Lake City. It's Cottonwood High School in Salt Lake City, so local guy for this Utah team. The freshman with a chance to pitch against 9-1-2 for the Cougars. Crew Park, Max Hartman, Kyle Russell due up for the Cougars, who are 3 outs away on the other side of things from Pac-12 win number 1, and starting off the conference season the right way at home here against Utah with a 6-run lead. Perfect game baseball. They had Nielsen as an all-region player. This is his second outing, 2/3 of an inning at San Diego State with a strikeout on 12 pitches. Nathan Choate is out of the dugout having a discussion with home plate umpire Kelly Gonzalez, with Crew Park to lead off for the Cougars here, bottom of the 8th. And not sure what the discussion is. Went for a while between Kelly Gonzalez, and he looked a bit exasperated at the end of it. So he puts his mask back on, goes behind the plate, and Nathan Choate went back to the Cougar dugout nodding. Crew Park here to start bottom of inning number 8. 6-run lead for the Cougars. 7-1 the score. Cameron Nielsen, here's his first pitch of the night. And it's low and away from Park. A ball and no strikes. On the other side, Grant Taylor and Caden Wickersham have combined 8 innings to shut down Utah, allowing just 1 run. The 1-0 pitch. Finds the lower outside corner, 1-1 to Crew Park. And really outstanding work by the Cougars. You know, they've hit in this game .370, 10 hits on 27 at-bats. The 1-1 to Park. Swing and a miss. So it's 1-2. Utah came in holding teams to a .228 batting average against. And the Cougars have shattered that tonight here in game 1 of the series. 1-2 from Nielsen to Park. Another breaking ball outside, 2-2. A lot of off speed here from Nielsen out of the bullpen. Two and two the count. And the pitch. Breaking ball low and away. Count full now, 3-2. Crew Park taking all the way these last couple. Mesa, Arizona. Abilene Christian after Chandler Gilbert Community College, now at Washington State for Crew Park. The payoff pitch. Outside half, called strike 3 on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Cameron Nielsen. Only the fourth time the Cougars have struck out in this game.
Max Hartman.
One away, last of the eighth, 7-1 Cougars. Back to the top of the order for Max Hartman. Hartman walked in the sixth, stole second, came to score, singled in the fifth. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI, pair of runs scored, and he takes strike one from Cameron Nielsen. Nielsen, glove at the belt. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hartman, weak liner at short, one hop and a rocket of a throw from Core Jackson to first, ahead of Max Hartman for out number 2.
Shortstop.
So 2 up, 2 gone for the Cougars in the bottom of the 8th. Utah has retired 7 straight Cougars after the flurry of runs in the middle innings. 6 of the Cougars' 7 runs in innings 4 through 6. Kyle Russell now with 2 outs and a 7-1 Washington State lead in the 8th. Nielsen's pitch at the knees, a fastball for strike one. 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th for the Cougars for their 7 runs. Utah nothing since the top of the 1st. 0-1 pitch hit on the ground at short. Busy night for Core Jackson as he comes up throwing, and the Cougs have certainly kept him in the game here over the last couple innings. 1-2-3 for Washington State. 8 straight Cougars put down at the plate, but the Cougs lead it by 6. Heading to the 9th, trying to put a bow on game number 1 of the Pac-12 schedule. Chance to shut it down. Caden Wickersham will try to do that when we come back to Pullman.
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment, located 4 miles east of Lewiston, Idaho. Come hit the jackpot with us, with over 600 gaming machines, saltwater pool, restaurant, and giant screens in the Stadium Sports Bar. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe, our hospitality is legendary. Stay, play, and get away with the Clearwater River Casino. Go Cougs!
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
DeJorno.
7-1 the Washington State lead. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Cougars trying to wrap up a win here to start Pac-12 play. Caden Wickersham, he's retired all 6 that he's faced. Drake DeJorno, Caden Carpenter, Carson Bodley in the 9th due up for Utah. And first pitch to DeJorno, hitting the air foul down the right field line to start him off 0-1. Grant Taylor, 6 strong innings of 1-run ball to start it for the Cougs. And Caden Wickersham, if he completes this, he could earn a save in 3 innings of work. The 0-1 pitch. Up a little high, 1-1. Wickersham a win this year in 9 2/3 innings now, including tonight. He comes inside with the 1-1 pitch and he hits the left arm of Drake DeJorno. So DeJorno hit by pitch, leadoff runner here for Utah in the visitors' 9th.
Landon Fry.
And Utah will pinch hit Caden Carpenter here in the 9th. It is Landon Fry to pinch hit. Name the Cougars, well, at least the players that were with the Cougars last year in Salt Lake City recognize. Carpenter was 0 for 3. Right on right in the matchup. Pitch from Wickersham up too high. Fastball to start off the at-bat. It's 1-0. Cougs trying to get the last 3 outs tonight. Wickersham, the 1-0 pitch. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Jacob Morrow taking time and jogging out to talk with Caden Wickersham. Try to settle him down here in the 9th. Wickersham excited. He knows what the Cougs are trying to do tonight, trying to pick up a Pac-12 win, get amped up a little bit heading into this final inning. The 2-0 to Fry. Fry hits it in the air to right field, has a bit of carry. It's taking back Shibley, who's just short of the track, and makes the catch for out number 1. Drake DiGiorno retreating back to first base. 1 gone for Utah. Cougs 2 outs away from a Pac-12 winner tonight. Carson Bodley up next. He is 1 for 3. He was the last batter up. The emphatic finish to Grant Taylor's night in the 6th. A soft line comebacker that Taylor gloved, and he promptly spiked the baseball on his way back to the third base dugout. First pitch missing to Bodley from Wickersham, 1-0. A ground ball could do it for the Cougs tonight. The 1-0 pitch. Low for ball 2. Wickersham 2 1/3 scoreless right now here in relief with a pair of strikeouts. The runner on hit by pitch. 1-0 pitch, line foul. 2-0 pitch, line foul, pardon me, over the third base side. 2-1. Utah with only 5 hits, only 1 hit over the last 5 innings. The 2-1 pitch. Hit middle of the diamond. Russell to his left, gloves it, flips to Park, steps on the bag, throw to first on the back end, not in time. It does cut down the lead runner, Drake DiGiorno, 6'4". Fielder's choice, 2 gone. And the Cougs trying to get their final out here on their first Pac-12 game of the season. Matt Flaherty will be up next for Utah. Nathan Choate coming out of the dugout for Washington State. And he's going to make a change. Pitch count must be at the end of where they want to go with Caden Wickersham. It is 34 pitches for Wickersham over 2 2/3, and the Cougars will make a change, looking for their final out tonight, trying to put away this game here in Pac-12 play, and they're going to turn to Jack Lee out of the bullpen when we come back to Bailey Brayton Field. This pitching change here with 2 outs, top of the 9th. Cougs leading 7-1.
Boost Collaborative is a proud sponsor of Cougar basketball and is a proud supporter of people with disabilities on the Palouse. For over 50 years, Boost Collaborative has been here to help families and their toddlers meet developmental milestones. For youth and adults, Boost provides job placement, on-the-job training, and follow-along supports. Now you can play a part in Boost's success through your donations and purchases at Palouse Treasures Thrift Store in Pullman. Boost Collaborative, empowering people with disabilities on the Palouse. Go Cougs!
The Clearwater River Casino and Lodge proudly supports Washington State University Athletics, the premier venue for events and entertainment, located 4 miles east of Lewiston, Idaho. Come hit the jackpot with us, with over 600 gaming machines, saltwater pool, restaurant, and giant screens in the Stadium Sports Bar. Owned and operated by the Nez Perce Tribe, our hospitality is legendary. Stay, play, and get away with the Clearwater River Casino. Go Cougs!
2 outs, top of the 9th, 7-1, the Washington State lead. Senior left-hander Jack Lee from Sydney, Australia, taking over for the Cougars. And he is back for Washington State. He missed last season due to an arm injury. He did pitch against Texas State earlier this year, an inning and a third, giving up 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 walks on 25 pitches. So this allows Jack Lee to get back into it for the Cougs here in his second opportunity of the year. Sophomore year, 12 appearances, 1 start. went 0-1, 13 Ks, 6.92 ERA in 12 innings. And before Washington State, his freshman season was spent at Cal State Bakersfield. But in summary here in this game for the Cougars, it really was very, very quality plate appearances throughout the middle portion of this game for Wazoo, hitting .333 off a Utah team that was holding opponents down under .230 on the year. Cougars were opportune, moving runners around, 7 for 16 with runners on, 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. All good numbers for the Cougars. 1 on, 2 outs, a 7-1 WSU lead. And Dakota Duffalo, a pinch hitter for Matt Flaherty now here in the 9th. Duffalo played for Utah last year in the series in Salt Lake. He fouls off the first from Jack Lee. Carson Bodley, the runner at first base, 2 outs. Cougs lead 7-1. Jack Lee's 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. Nate Swartz back with it, studying it, making the catch for out number 3. And the Cougars open Pac-12 play with a win over Utah tonight. Grant Taylor, a strong 6-inning start. Big quality start for the Cougar right-hander. And the bats really tough against a Utah pitching staff that has been nationally renowned here in 2024. A 7-1 win for the Cougs, who broke it open in the middle innings to take game 1 of this Pac-12 season opening series. We come back with our postgame up next here from Pullman. Cougs win it 7-1. This is Cougar Baseball postgame next. We'll go to the dugout with Coach Choate and some players when we return here from Learfield.
That to-do list